Alrighty guys, welcome. That is right, we are here for MY session. Looking forward to it. Always the first of something. So let's get cracking guys. As always, wherever you are around the world, good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening. Welcome guys, hope you're all doing well. Hope you all had a good trading day so far if you have been trading. During the London session, we didn't get a chance to really get involved. We were scoping and stalking gold sells. Unfortunately went without us, but the analysis was correct. But nonetheless, we are back to see what we can come up with moving forward here today for MY session. So if you could guys, you guys know what to do. Smash that like button for me, be much appreciated. I'm pretty sure all of you have. There's 14 on stream, 13 likes, so it's like most of you have already done so. I appreciate it. And let's get to work guys. Let's show it how it's supposed to be done. So without further ado, we will do the top-down analysis once again on 3 pairs this evening. Well, this evening my time. As always, GJ, gold, and NAS. NAS is the other one I always analyze for during MY session. Zine is the main, or one of the main indices during this session, and a few of my guys do trade it, so I'll be analyzing that one as well. And in the meantime, if anyone has questions, any charts or any pairs you'd like me to have a look at, the only stream that will do this for you, feel free to let me know and I will eventually get to it. All right, so without further ado, anyway, let's get cracking and let's have a look to begin with at good old GJ, and let's see what we can come up with moving forward. So once again, starting at the weekly. So normally this time of the week, what I would do is start to revert to the current weekly candle and strength of that in itself. And what we can see is current weekly candle is forming a strong bearish candle. We are approaching the low of that previous weekly candle. Broken the high of it obviously, but making quite a big pullback just now. So based off that, within it, what I'd be looking for is see what potential levels we could pull back to potentially form a resistance. Having said that, those levels could also provide potential levels that if we were to begin to pop above it, provide us an option for a deeper pullback and maybe a buy option in anticipation of a deeper pullback within the current weekly candle. Onto the daily structure, still is bearish, and what we have is counter probabilities to the downside off the back of that strong previous daily candle. Current candle, we can see though we have tapped into the support. Now what I'm going to do is mark in the current daily candle's high to have a higher lower high, lower low. So based off counter probabilities, if we were to continue bearish, there is not much or no real need for us at all to pull back and break our own high. If we were to do so, at that point there's a good chance we'll be pulling further back into that previous daily candle. Not only that, what also gives added confidence to that potentially, if that was to be the case, if we were to flip and break current daily candle's high, is the fact that we are at a higher time frame support. So potential level of, well, obviously a level of liquidity, and there could be a bit of volume on the pullback bouncing off this level. So I'm wary of where we are at the current area of price action. 4 hour, you can see has tapped into support here to the left. Structure wise, it is technically bearish from this big impulse to the downside all the way from around that 200 flat sort of region. I've also just created a lower low recently within the micro trends, actually flipped back in line with the actual structure itself. However, what we can see is we've tapped into a support now, so I'm going to mark that level of support in. Also formed a resistance near the support, so we'll see. We're going to adjust this on a 30-minute time frame, the zones, but that is pretty much the 4-hour range right now. So the good thing is, as far as the buys anyway, we have formed resistance at support on the higher time frame, that being the 4-hour. So that provides potential option to get in at the lows of the 4-hour range. Now looking at it on the 30-minute time frame, it's also technically bearish. So the bias across the board on GJ is bearish, so we're definitely more interested in the sells. But once again, based off where we're at, I wouldn't discount the buys. However, very choppy to the upside. What I'm going to want to see moving forward today is you can mark in multiple levels just here. I don't want to leave the most immediate one in just to see how price reacts to it, not because I want to buy it above it. I mean, it'll be reckless to buy it above it because you're buying it into choppy traffic into these wicks to the left hand side. So what I would prefer to do at this stage is wait for the pullback towards that 190.60, look for rejection of that level, and look for my signals within price action to take a sell back down. That would be the plan as of now on GJ. So the sells from a pullback. Now if it does pull back further, obviously I've then got that 190.80 and really 191 flat sort of regions as potential levels for price to pull back to and reject yet again. Now once again, if we do begin to break the current daily candle's high, I need to see price begin to pop above the resistance here at 191.20 before I really can look for the potential cleaner options on the buyers. So that is pretty much what I'd be looking at on GJ. Now, to be honest, further buys would be valid as long as we create a clean move within this range. So even if we cut through some of these wicks to the left, really nice strong impulse up, pull back, form a support, create that higher low, then I might consider the buys other than above 191.20. So as of now, I'm all about the sells on GJ. It's just a matter of where. Upon continuation below the low, I mentioned during the London session, don't really have much of an option because you're selling it straight into support here to the left. It is one very choppy level of price action. So in that sort of instance, what I prefer to see is a nice clean impulse to the downside, cut through that mess to the left, pull back, form resistance, and look for my price action signals for a potential sell below that 4-hour support. So that is GJ, guys. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's quickly move on to gold and see what we can come up with on gold, and then we'll finally have a look at NAS as well. Welcome to all the members. Good to see you on the call. All right, so starting with gold. All right, what we can see is, once again, as I mentioned on stream, we've bounced at a previous level of resistance to the left. We are still bearish, lower high, lower low in the current weekly candle. We are below at 2500 flat key level though. So once again, are we just pulling back within a current weekly candle to levels of resistance, they head back down in line with the strength of the weekly, in line with direction of weekly, the counter probabilities to the downside. Once again, are there levels that if we were to pop above, what could we plan or what could we target to the upside? Now looking at it on the daily, structure wise does remain bullish, bouncing off resistance here to the left. Counter probabilities to the downside though, very strong level of support though, and it keeps pulling up, pushing back above that 2485 sort of level. Very strong level of support. We are bullish, but with counter probabilities to the downside. Looking at on the 4 hour, we start to mark in some levels, and we will adjust it so it's not such a deep zone. I mean, that is the current 4 hour support though. It looks like we got some pretty clean traffic below it. This is the current resistance. Now the 4 hour structure still remains bullish. That is the impulse to the upside, which flipped the structure bullish. So anything between these lows and anything below these highs, we do remain bullish in structure. So the good thing is we are at the lows of the support, at the lows of the 4 hour range, but we are approaching also a resistance. So now onto the M30, I can just adjust this. With good things, we made a clean move to the downside, clean move to the upside. So I'm just gonna now adjust this zone. What we can see is the structure in the M30 is technically bearish, so therefore the bias right now is neutral on gold. We have 2 time frames to the upside, 2 time frames to the downside, so I can really look for entries in either direction. What I am seeing though is currently we are potentially creating that lower high. Let me see what we've got in the 15. Have we got a minus support? We do too. All right, so I'd like to see we've got the 30-minute closing back bearish. We've got 1 candle closing back bearish. I'm going to change that to aqua blue color. That's the 15-minute zone. So what I'm going to want to see is could be options to either side, to be honest, on gold, depending on what side it breaks this consolidation. The good thing is that we have now shown a bit of exhaustion on this pullback. So if we were to start to pop above this 29120 sort of level, could be options for us. We made a clean move down, could be options to take a buy back up towards 2496 flat. If we were to close below the support, seeing we already have formed a bearish candle on the M30, then we could have options to take a sell back down towards the current daily candles low. So sells below, buys above, quite simple on gold. Clean traffic either side, and buys is technically neutral. So that to me would be the probable options at this stage. Anything in between this area of this small range is not as probable. You're probably not going to have the margin to actually take any trades, so we'll just have to wait patiently for the closures. So we'll see in the next 15 minutes. If we're above, we could be looking at buys. If we're below, could be looking at potential sell options. That is gold. Hopefully that makes sense, and we can now go on to have a look at NAS. Big sell off on NAS, massive sell off from yesterday. All right, starting the weekly, very strong bearish candle forming at the moment. Lower high, lower low. Once again, based off that, I'm be looking to see what potential levels we could pull back to potentially form another resistance and head back down in line with the strength of the current weekly candle. Those levels could also provide entry points for buys if we begin to break above and close above on the minor time frames. Onto the daily, counter probabilities to the downside. Structure wise, we are still technically bullish, however. So what we're going to do is mark in the current daily candles high. Similar to gold, if we were to continue to the downside, there is not much need for us to pull back, pull back and break our own high. If we do so, there's a high probability at that point there we're going to make a deeper pullback within the previous daily candle. Onto the 4 hour. So structure wise, yes, bearish, technically bearish. Looks good below that support as well, so we're going to mark that level in. Below it, there could be, by the looks of it, some good options for a sell. As far as resistance, we won't have that confirmation until the closure of this candle. Have some levels low, the M30. Technically bearish on the 4 hour. Got counter probabilities to the downside on the daily. We've got a resistance within the current daily candle at this point here. To be honest, guys, I'm not interested in buying it. I just move the resistance to a little bit higher up. Change it to blue. I'll put a resistance in here too, but these are just potential levels for me to sell it from. I'm not interested in buying it against the strength of that previous daily candle until we at least pop above this 18,966. That point there, it's a lot cleaner. I'd rather see it create the impulse up, and then maybe I'd buy it from lower down. If it creates that clean impulse to cut through these wicks to the left, pulls back to form that higher low scenario, then I might consider buys. But at the moment, I'd rather sell it. It's just a matter of where. So potential sells on the pullback to those two levels, and obviously below the low, we have some very clean traffic to the left. So below the low could be options on the impulse as well. Just depends how price approaches that support. Otherwise, we'll be looking for the closures below, retest of that zone, and look for potential entries as price begins to break the low of your catalyst candle. So that is NAS, all about the sells on NAS. Hopefully that makes sense, guys. The analysis across the board. The focus as of now, likely to be gold. We're 18 minutes into MI open, so let's see, guys. Let's see how we go. One sec, guys. Not even my MetaTrader is used to being on at this time of day. Doesn't know what to do. So how's it going today, guys? Who we got? Brad, good afternoon. It's good evening to you, mate. Sexy, good day to you. Good afternoon. James, good day, brother. Steve, good afternoon to you. Yep, bonus in my stream. Yeah, I thought, why not? See how we go. See if we can get a few more people on. I mean, I doubt it. There's so much competition. Yeah, so we'll see. Franco, good afternoon to you, mate. Big Daddy, thank you again for joining. I appreciate it. You're looking at NAS, but currently in a range. Yep. Yeah, currently in that range, so I agree. But I definitely prefer to sell options. Joe, g'day, mate. Hope you're well. You're waiting for the closure below? Yeah, I think that's a good idea at this rate. I mean, I could see a potential cheeky buy if this closes bearish and then we have a almost or a bullish engulfing candle on the next M30. As long as you do have the margin and take it back up towards this resistance. I'm not sure if you will, so I would prefer, honestly, to sell options on NAS. How's the day been, guys? Anyone taking any trades? For me, nothing today. And why we were so close to gold sells a few times and just became invalid just before entry. This particular move, I think it was this candle, when it just opened up and melted, absolutely melted. When I was lining it up, just waiting for an upper wick, and popped straight down 18 pips in about 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and then popped back up to create upward. So very hard to get involved. Big Daddy, rather wait for NAS to have a closure below. I'm not going to buy it up. I'm not going to buy it until there's a break of structure. I think that's a quality idea, mate. I totally agree with you. I think the best idea. Trade in line with the strength of the trend, which is very strong to the downside right now. So yes, closures below low is what I would agree to, or what I prefer personally. A nice one. Thank you for all the likes, guys. Even the majority of it have hit the like button for me. Do appreciate it. As always, you guys know the drill. Feel free to ask questions, send in charts. Now, I thought I'd start it this time. Reason being is because usually the NY open candle has a lot of volume, and just to get out of the way, have the analysis done. So by the time this candle closes, also you've got NYSE. Which is now actually. Oh, Monday, no, 9:30. You got the COMEX open anyway. I don't trade this session usually, guys. So usually with the members, we're on for about this candle. We start at about an hour before NY, and we're on for this candle usually, and then we call it quits. So totally out of whack with the time. So NYSE is from 9:30. That's another over an hour away. Thank you for the sub. US 30 just consolidating, absolutely nothing on that at the moment. So let's see on gold, because the M30 is going to close as well. Within that, possibly we're going to have that bearish engulfing handle, and I want to see the closure below though. And then I'm going to be looking for a sell. Now in this situation, a limit order, as per my rules, is not valid because it's not trending. So I need to wait for a closure below, pull back to retest that zone, and then look for the continuation sell. In the meantime, if it goes, I need to reassess and come up with another game plan. Very simple. Bitcoin is an absolute mess. Looks good for potential buys above 56.90 roughly. Bouncing off a 4-hour support or a daily support. It is bouncing off a 4-hour support. So structure wise, it looks to be bearish. Noted daily is bullish. You got that resistance. I'd say buys above it, sells below it. On the M30, sells actually look good because you've cleared the bullish candle we see it to the left, and then you got a clean bullish candle over a little bit further to the left there. So as far as sells upon continuation, I would say closures below these bullish candles, the last point of those bullish candles, and there'll be good options to take further sells on Bitcoin. Nice above. We would do some analysis on it. Weekly is bearish, lower high, lower low to previous as well. Daily structure, we know it's bullish based off the big impulse from 50k all the way to the upside. So that is one impulse to the upside. Anything in between, we are still technically bullish, but what we do have is counter probabilities to the downside. have a tiny bit more margin before we tap into the lows of the support. 4 hour has a bit more margin than daily. Structure wise, it's bearish. M30 is bearish. So we've got the bias to the downside, so that's why I'd rather sell it. But I do see potential buys upon the pullback if we begin to break the current daily candles resistance form within it. Head back up towards the current daily candles high. Right now it's right in the middle of the range, so I'd be just avoiding it. All right, gold. Is it going to pull back, retest? Not necessarily. I'd still consider the sells, to be honest. I think it looks good. You're getting a nice strong bearish engulfing. You got the 30 closing a nice strong bearish candle. You got the 15 that bearish engulfing. Clean traffic to the left on the 15 and M30. I think gold looks pretty good.
The low rather than the limit order.
Yeah, I prefer to break the low in this case. In the limit order, it could be an early entry.
It's that consolidation thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
that's the issue. When I have taken it in the past, it's usually when the win rate on it was less than when it was trending. The limit order was when price had been trending prior to it. In the direction of the limit order. In this case, where it's on the pullback. So what's the low? 3-1. So about 1.5 as a potential entry point. Watch this create a lower low in the last second. Every time I line up a potential level for an entry, it creates another low or high. All right, so I'm waiting for, I want an upper wick. Preferably tapping into that support, but it doesn't necessarily need to. Need an upper wick. I'm not answering without the upper wick. Same thing happened today. I gave the option, but I personally didn't take it, and I was pretty much right in not to take it. So if it breaks, not a problem. I just need to wait for it to create the upper wick, and then I'll get in as it breaks zone low again. We'll just go. But again, it's just having simple rules to follow and not, you know, giving in to anything in between. Once again, no FOMO. I am not entering it unless it pulls back to create an upper wick. DJ, still nothing. Nas, you get it at the moment. Let's check the news. There is some news about DJ. You got 15-minute resistance as well. So we've got Jolt's openings, so that's to come in an hour and a half from now. Is it going to pull back to create the upper wick? Still not discounting it. It needs to pull back to create the upper wick though. And if it does so, I'm seeing my sell stop below the entry candles low. So what's the low of the current candle? 9.1. About excuse me, about 75. Use that upper wick though. Trying, but it keeps getting pushed back down. Same thing happened during the London session, and it dropped instantly to about 18 pips in 20 to 30 seconds, and then eventually did pop up to create the upper wick. And just like I always say, you want to be comfortable in your trades. So what makes me comfortable is having the wicks prior to it in the direction that I want to take the trade in, because I know there's about 90% of these candles, if we look back at them to the left, would have wicks in 9 directions. It's trying so hard to create that upper wick. Here we go. Looks like it could be about to do it. There we go. All right, upper wick. I'm setting a sell stop. So I've set an order at 24.85.75, guys. And I'm not stressed because I'm not in a trade. I'm not in to be a drawdown. Well, if I was in it, I'd be in about 7 pip drawdown, 8 pip drawdown. I wouldn't be feeling great about it because I broke my rules. You'd be in more drawdown now. So wait for what you want to see to happen. And for me, aim for that upper wick was the option. Now, as far as stop loss, the wide one. But, and this is MY. There's more volume on gold. But what I would do is, now the options are, you could just have a stop loss based off the entry candle, because seeing we've broken lower, we're pulling back to create an upper wick. If we were to continue bullish, there is no need to pull back and break our own low. If we do so, there's a high probability we'll continue down, so your stop loss should be safe above the entry candle's high. So what I'm actually going to do is, I'm going to have my stop loss just above that resistance, knowing I can still manage it based off the entry candle if this was to be the highest point. So I'm just going to adjust it to about that point. Yeah, that's where my stop loss is. All right, clear instructions, what I'm waiting on. So no one thinks that I'm in a trade. I'm not in the trade. The order is set for 75. So if this candle comes close to the closure of the M15, I may just wait for, I may remove the order and wait for the candle closure and then reassess it. If it's closing too strong of a bullish candle, that's what I'm likely to do. Mugendra, good night to you. See you streaming my session too. Yeah, I thought I'd do it today. Just to see, just get the brand out there a bit as well. It's tough during London session. Again, you guys see I haven't done a thing wrong. The record's unbelievable. But yeah, it's tough getting traction during the London session, so while the time's suitable while I'm here in Thailand, it's not too late. I thought I'll jump on. Not sure how often I will stream MI, but could be just a one-off. I don't know. I'll see. Nice rejection on the 5 minute. Brad, definitely appreciate MY streams, mate. It's a tucked in bed. It's just a nice one. Lucky you, mate. My little man's out there in the lounge. He might walk in any point. All right. What happened today during the London session? Very similar thing happened, and then I removed the order, and right at the end of this candle, it flipped back bearish. Next candle popped straight back up again. There was no entry, followed by an engulfing candle, and as I was getting ready to set another sell, the new candle just melted without pulling back at all. This looks very similar. So the issue right now is I would have wanted this to happen towards the beginning, more so towards the beginning of this M30. So I will wait until about the 3 minute mark of the 15, and then I might remove the order and wait for the 15 closure. If the close is weak bullish, the sells upon impulse will still be an option. The closes as is, what I'm going to likely need to then therefore see is either the engulfing candle or very close to engulfing on the next M15, and then I'll look for the potential sell option. Now the next M15 closed well below engulfing, then we've had a bit of an impulse, had a nice clean candle, pause, another nice clean bearish candle, engulfing that bullish candle. Then I'll look for the limit order, then it'll become a valid limit order. So again, it's no stress, there's no not sure what to do. There's a clear plan with some simple rules to follow. That's what I preach. My guys know it. Candles print, you just reassess. Have some clear rules. All right, so this is pulling back too far, so I'm going to remove the order. Waiting for now for the 15 minutes to close. Very simple. Meantime, we can check out NAS and the other pairs. What about GU? Not looking great. EU. Yeah, MS, forget it. Just still focused on gold. And I mean, anyone took the entry without the upper wick would be licking in wounds right now. So again, just proves the point. I'd rather be not get FOMO, not jump in because I fear I might miss out on the move without the upper wick. Look at it now. It'd be probably, you would have closed the whole thing by now. You would have about 18 pip drawdown. So Sean, how are you, mate? Good to see you. You've been in and out of the chat. On the phone, did you get any? No, nothing. We had a gold, or I had a gold sell stop below this candle's low, but it's pulled back too far, so I've removed it and I'm waiting for this M15 to close. Big Data, your analysis on gold, nice one. I'll have a look at that. Hold on, No, it's coming up as invalid, my friend. That's strange. Maybe try it again. I'll try it again. No. Give it another go. Look at that. So how's the rejection? I got the chart. Oh yeah, sorry. Proves how long I haven't had a bloody chart sent into my streams. Hold on, I got. Okay, so you're considering that your liquidity zone. That's fair enough. And you're gonna look for, are you gonna take it from within that zone, or are you looking for upon continuation below to low after it taps in? So sells from there or below to low? That's fair enough as well. Sean, yeah, play. I heard he was waiting for gold a bit earlier. Wasn't sure if play out or sure you'll get something for end stream. Yeah, possibly. I know, stress it. Wow, look at this. How's that for volume? The issue of buys at the moment is stop loss is massive, but it doesn't look like it's going to close above anyway. See, this is sort of sailing into the unknown for me in my session. I'm not usually on this time, to be honest. Alright, so this candle's actually open a bit of gap to the upside on the 15. EJ still nothing. That's not a bad catalyst, to be honest, to buy. You've closed above most recent resistance at consolidation at support. Got a liquidity candle on the 15-minute. Multiple rejections on the M30. That looks pretty good, to be honest. I don't trade it, but I do analyze it for my guys, so possible entries. Gold, there still could be sells in gold. If this M30 now rejects, there's just no impulse entry at the moment. I'm not considering any sell on impulse, nor am I considering any buy on impulse, because now it's just really consolidating. So once again, the sells will be back on the table, preferably if this closed bearish engulfing. This is very similar to London session. All this was very similar. But there you want rejection M5 and reject the yellow box, but it's invalid now. Yeah, that's just crazy, isn't it? Yeah, can you check my chart, bro? If you sent me a link, I will not be able to see it. Only mods can send links into the chat. So if you're not sure how to send a chart in, what you have to do is click this camera icon at the top, open it in a new tab, and just copy that area of that code at the end of the URL there. Send it into the chat, copy, send it in like so, whatever, paste into the chat, and that's it. That's the only way I'll be able to see your chart. There you go, Nas making a move. So that looks like it would have given you some pips. Sean, up and down like you are right now. It is, and it's the volume around this time of day. Yep. All right, let me check that now. All right, so you got a fib here. I don't usually use fibs. I just use fibs to gauge strength of candles and to determine whether a candle is a strong or weak candle, to know whether to take entries on impulse or against the previous daily candle if it's a strong candle where we could potentially pull back to within it. But it looks like you've got that 0.618, 0.76 as in accordance to this arrow where you want price to pull back to and sell from. So it's currently where it's at, actually, by the looks of it. So what's your plan though? Is your plan to wait for closures below this blue zone? Like so? Or are you just looking to take a sell now because price is at that level? What sort of confirmation you want to see to sell? Where you're going to place your stop loss? Looks like your target's going to be, actually your target's here. So well done on seeing your charting. Maybe if you just maybe add some text to it so sort of understand what your idea is. Where is the Naz Queen today? Surprised she's not in the VIP call. Not in the VIP call. You probably would have taken it had she been on it. Yeah, so I'm still waiting on gold, but right now it's just consolidating. A lot of volume, but not trending in any clear direction, so time to wait. Thank you for the sub. So to those of you new to my stream, I generally stream London. This is, I think, the second time I've tried MY. I tried it once, months and months ago when I first started the channel. I think I've been on for about 4 or 5 months now. About 5 months. I think it was around a month in. I did stream a live MY session, and since I've bombing. But we kill it during the London session. Win rate is phenomenal. Just because we follow a clear plan, clear rules, no FOMO. The trade doesn't tick the box, we don't execute. Very simple. And just like before, having a clear rule stop me from taking a loss. When this candle broke below that previous catalyst candle without the upper wick, was not interested in entering, and look how it closed. So again, it's just some rules, simple rules to follow. Want to see the candle create the upper wick. Chef Wilson, good day to you. Welcome.
Does the fact that it's a new 4 hour on gold make any difference for you?
That's a good point, actually. Well, just depends on what broker you're looking at. IC Markets, Forex.com. It's still actually, you still got an hour left.
Oh yeah, I use Amanda on gold.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go off what I've got here.
Yeah.
This is the exact same as London session. The exact same. So this is upon the pullback. Exact same thing happened here. Where price kept pulling back, was forming bullish for the most part of the candle, and all of a sudden towards the end it flips bearish, closes bearish. It's another massive pullback in a new candle, or eventually just melts, dumps without the upper wick. Very, very similar. So again, there's no impulse entries. This is coming from against a really strong bullish candle. It's coming from way too far back. Yeah, I sell because there is fair value gap, so I wait price to back up a safe sell. All right, fair enough. Joe, Justin, what would you prefer? A weak bullish close and or M13 golf, M15 engulfing, I think you mean. Probably the engulfing M15, to be honest. But it's still valid based off this. But you don't yet have a support on the M30 to say that we've closed below, formed a weak bullish candle below it. Got the M15, but then you could say, well, that becomes the actual support in the M15. There's no closure below it, so that's why I prefer to see the engulfing bearish candle, to be honest, right now. Even if it closes like this, I'd still be interested in taking a sell on the next candle because it's close to engulfing, so I could take it based off an impulse on the next M30, based off the impulse breaking the 15-minute lows of the support, because the candle would close within the zone, and that would validate an impulse entry so long as the new candle has a bit of an upper wick. So I'm still keen on selling it. I can't open my term. Every time I open the magic keys, get it ready, it creates a lower low. I'm about to just check what the lowest point of the candle is. I swear it does it every single time. Like, nah, stuff you, mate. I'm gonna make it funny games for you, so you don't get your entry like it did today. Sure, my last day in Greece, going home tomorrow. It's tough coming back to reality, mate. It's not easy. I'll have to face it again too. Big data, my analysis is correct, but it just didn't give me more confirmation to it. Well, that's the thing. A lot of the time the analysis will be correct. Today on stream, the analysis was spot on. Just could not get my entry. Because that was today, the 15 minutes. So similar. And this looked the best option. But this candle melted, then popped back up. Then melted in, I think. It was just an awkward one. It was a really awkward one.
I've just broken the low at least.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to keep adjusting. Oh wait, it's like last minute. Once again, limit orders aren't an option at this point, based off the strength of that previous candle. It's too strong of a bullish candle. And I don't roll with 100 pip stop losses and let it go into a 60 pip drawdown like some of the others. Alright, so it's looking good. Shall I tempt fate? Fate. Oh, every time I move it, it creates a low. It's about to do it again. Alright. Low is 55. 24, 85, 55 on IC marks. So around 24, 85, 40 is a potential entry point. That's if this is to be the lowest point of the candle. Once again, the issue is stop loss, but being in my session, you have to roll with a wider stop loss, smaller lot size, and trying to manage it based off the entry candle. That's why I need the upper wick as well. If you could hit the like button, guys. Most of you already have. Appreciate it. For those who haven't. Let's see. Need the upper wick. Same thing applies. If this next candle just drops, I do not enter. Wait for it to pull back, create an upper wick. Very simple rule to follow. Next, but that one candle is about 50 pips waiting for that top wick, like London hurt. Good decision. Yeah, well, you need to. Definitely need the upper wick. Don't want this to start pulling back above. Doesn't give me a great deal of confidence, to be honest. The way it closed, it's just closed below. All right, let's look at the hourly. The hourly looks good. The hourly's engulfing. It's valid. So I've just placed the order. I'm about to be triggered in. All right. So 40. Now, stop loss. Got it around there, but you're gonna, if it breaks the high of the entry candle, and start to begin to cut positions. Never gonna let it hit full stop loss.
I've got my full stop above this candle.
Yeah, that's fair enough. John, all good, mate. Take care. You have a good one.
Are you
all
in?
good, bro. What's that?
Are you in?
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah. At 40.
Yeah.
2485.4, yeah.
Strong rejection. Again, that 15 wasn't convincing, to be honest. It's a bit of a tough one. Still got the full position in. Fair bit of volume right now. Oof. Bro, I wouldn't enter until it breaks on low again, because now it's popping back above that support. So the hourly looks good, but still you want to get in with momentum as it creates that lower low again, breaks the low of the current candle. Once again, breaking the low of the previous candle.
It's a nice range to fall through if it does break its own low again.
Yeah. Just this 15-minute support is proving to be pretty solid right now. This is very similar to London session. Extremely similar. And this candle pulled back to close. By the end of it, it closed back bearish, but after pulling back though to create a significant upper wick. So it's doing so now. Oof. So much volume. Every time it looks like it breaks, it pops straight back down again. So I'm going to close half.
Yeah, I'm about to be taken up.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Doesn't, again, if it was to continue bearish, it doesn't need to keep pulling back. We've pulled back multiple times to grab liquidity. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it too. I don't like it anymore. Still got it open, but I'm contemplating cutting it. Yeah, I'm out. I'm done. I'm not liking that anymore. So I've closed the whole thing. I don't want to be involved anymore. Again, it doesn't need to keep pulling back. There's still plenty of time for this candle, so it could still drop. I'm not gonna sweat it out and wait and see if it does. I'm not comfortable in it anymore, so I'm just gonna close it. Yeah, so here's what it is. Not a good start for NY though, but yeah, very different. It is so different to London. I don't care what anyone says. To me, the volume NY is just tenfold when it comes to gold and NAS. DJ, I'm not too sure. Yeah, it is what it is. So that's gold done. Bit of a tag and drag, that one. Not the ones we like. Yeah, so what would I wait for now? Well, it's just consolidating. M15 is disgusting. Now you need the closure below. That's it. So probably should have stuck to that. Why I chose to take it in the end was the hourly bearish engulfing. That's a pretty strong catalyst. Yeah, but that 15 wasn't a great closure, to be honest. So right now you need a closure below. That's the only way I'd consider it. Joe, JJ pulling back. Ben, g'day mate, I hope you're well, brother. Good to see you. Delta now, yeah. Playing some predictable, yeah, playing tricks on gold at the moment. Yeah, what can you do? But right now it's just consolidating. What's that?
All you can do is head to the gym, isn't it?
Yep. For you, all I can do is try to go to bed. It's
Oh yeah, cool.
Go chill with the little man before bed.
Enjoy, man. See you in the morning.
Yeah, no worries, man. Back to what the session I understand. The session that isn't so freaking crazy.
It's such as life.
Yeah, look forward to it. Catch you there, mate. Ben, up and down for the day. Up and down for the demo casino. Yeah, well, that's the other thing, because during London session we don't have all this news about, so I have no idea how people can trade MY without worrying about all the news about. For me, I don't trade into the news, I don't trade at the news. It's a tricky one. And this is doing exactly what happened during London session 2, starting to reject again. Exact same shit happened. What can you do? Is what it is, guys. Is what it is. All right, well, I'm gonna call it because it is a little bit late. I want to go chill, to be honest. Not sure if I'll keep doing MY. Yeah, I'll do it occasionally, I suppose. I'll see. I might do it tomorrow. Depends how I go for time and all that. In the meantime, appreciate the support, guys. If you could hit like button, it'd be much appreciated on the way out. Yeah, I'll be back to tomorrow for London session. Looking forward to that. Trade safe with the news to come moving forward. I'll catch you guys for London session tomorrow. Until then, guys, have a good one. Cheers, mate. Take care. Alrighty, guys, have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow.